Hey guys, hello Bella, and in this video I'm going to be doing a comprehensive review with some tips about the Netvue Birdfy AI smart feeder. This is basically a bird feeder with a camera built into it and an app that allows you to figure out which birds are coming to your feeder with the use of AI. And there are several different versions of this. I believe we do have the most expensive version, which comes with a lifetime of the AI feature. So you should be able to kind of differentiate them based on the price on Amazon, but I'll pop up the one on the screen here that we have. This was something that was a gift given to me by Daniel because I spent so much time watching birds out the window. Bird watching is not something that I had on my bingo card for hobbies in my 20s, but it just sort of happened. I was spending a lot of time outside on my back patio and just kind of interested in all the birds hopping around. So I put up one feeder, and then I put up another feeder, and before you knew it, my whole entire backyard was full of bird feeders and bird houses, and that's kind of how this hobby got started. So the camera was around $200 and the pole that it goes on was around $50. I do think that you should keep in mind the way that the camera fits and the way that it will need to charge with the solar power when you are buying the pole to put it on. I love the pole that we bought because it does have a flat surface for the birdhouse to sit on, and it also has some other little things that come out where you can hang up baskets, you can hang up additional bird feeders or like a flower basket or something like that. And I got that off Amazon as well. I believe that was around $40 to $50, and I'll put that on the screen as well. It's been 9 months since using this camera, so I do feel quite confident in the quality of it thus far. It's made it through the hot Alabama summer, and it's also made it through the snow. We actually got snow in Alabama this past winter, so and seeing the birds come to the feeder in the snow was an awesome experience. You could see it a lot better because it was all white background. That's one thing that you want to consider when putting this up, is you want to choose a location that is far enough away from anywhere that squirrels could jump on it, and also you want to choose something where the background isn't too crowded, because if the background really has a lot of things in it, it's hard to see the birds as they come to your feeder. If you can hear over all the cicadas, this is where I keep my little bird feeder, kind of in the middle of the yard. I don't want it close to any fences because I feel like squirrels can jump up, but with that baffle they don't seem to get up there. And then another thing that I do to attract the birds is I have a moving water source. So birds are attracted to moving water. This is my little fountain that I built out of a little tray and a couple of flat rocks. And I think that that definitely helps keep them around, because I'll see sometimes they'll come over here and eat and take a bath. So that's one thing that you can do if you want to get more birds. So refilling the bird feeder is super easy. All you do is come over to the back of it and just kind of lift it up and pour the food in the back. My birds like these black sunflower seeds, so that's usually what I buy. And whatever seed that I spilled, I just try to pick it up and put it back in there, and I will eat the rest of it into the yard, and those little doves will pick up anything that I left on the ground. And you're ready to put your bird feeder back together. Just snap it back, and then make sure the camera is angled where you want it to be. That's one thing I kind of sometimes forget, is that whenever I pick it up, the camera angle will be a little bit different, so you can kind of move it and see, and then you can go in your app and make sure that you like the way that the view looks. Now for putting it back on, just kind of scoot it back on and then press it back, and then reconnect the power source. So in this case, it's going to be that solar power that we have up there. Make sure that you have it facing the sun. I know that a lot of people put it up and just have it facing straight out. You really want to have it facing up and towards the sun so you can get the most power out of it. We have not had any issues with charge. We have really been impressed by the level of this battery. So as you can see, filling this up and putting it back on the stand is relatively easy. I have to use a chair because I am short, but aside from that, it's not too big of a hassle. My birds do go through all of this food in about 2 to 3 days. Just depends on how much they want food, but they are out there pretty much all day long at the feeder. At first when I put it up, I didn't know if they would be skeptical about the camera, but you can see them just like look at the camera and then just eat and go away. So it's kind of funny to watch. So the audio quality I think is a little bit delayed, but other than that, the video quality is really good for the price of this camera and for it being connected to our home Wi-Fi network and it being outside. One thing I like about the app is that it stores a lot of footage, so you can see throughout the day where your birds come and what time they come, and it's kind of interesting to see them start first thing in the morning and then around dusk they stop coming to the feeder. And I love that you can look back and see like a rainy day or a day where you ran out of food, you forgot to fill it, they actually still come to it looking for food. So it's kind of cool to look back on that footage, and I think that it's a really great feature that you do not have to pay for that. With the premium one, you actually get lifetime AI footage and you get the storage, so I definitely would opt in for that because paying monthly for something just is not feasible in today's economy. I hate how every single thing makes you want to pay like a monthly fee for it, and it seems like those things are always going up, so finding a product that does not require a subscription plan is definitely a win in my book. I do think the AI feature is pretty good at identifying like common birds such as like robins, cardinals, the tufted titmouse, finches, and things like that. If you don't feel like you got the right answer, you can always take a screenshot of it and use the app called Seek. Seek is another app that I love to use for nature watching because it's free. All you do is take a picture or a video of the thing that you're trying to identify and it will identify it for you. So that's one tip that I have for you if the AI feature doesn't quite work as well as you want it to. But for us as bird watchers who are not that serious about it, it works just fine. I think the most interesting thing for me has not been so much as like, oh, seeing the birds in my backyard, but more learning their behaviors, learning how they interact with each other, learning how they actually fight with each other over bird seed. And I have truly learned the meaning of the word squabble. You can see that they definitely are territorial about the bird feeder, and there's a lot of disputes outside. I can usually watch from afar. If I'm sitting on my patio, they are perfectly fine coming to the feeder. They're not scared of me at this point. So it is kind of nice to kind of go out there and be able to watch them and then look back on the camera. Another added thing about that camera is it really works well as a home security device. I know that may not necessarily be what you're looking for, but we have cameras all around our house to protect our house, and we did not have really a good setup to get the backyard, but since we've put that camera in, we can pretty much see the whole backyard, and so you can tap into live view on the app and see your backyard whenever you want, so that definitely comes in handy for security purposes. In terms of the live view, you can also talk to the birds, and you can tell a squirrel to go away by pushing like a siren and an alarm will go off. So that's kind of a cool feature. I have not had any conversations with the birds, but it is kind of neat to be able to watch them in real time. Sometimes I turn it on just for fun to kind of have like a little live stream going of the birds in my backyard. I picked up this book. It's called What It's Like to Be a Bird, and I got this at the thrift store, but it's just funny to really find yourself in a hobby that you never expected yourself to be in. But I've been kind of combing through this and looking at the different types of things they do, and just seeing how much birds eat in a day and how many calories they have to burn is truly fascinating. It's funny that they spend all of this energy getting these tiny little seeds to power their small bodies. Another thing I like about the app is that you can have more than one person on your account. So me and Daniel can both add each other to the account and we can see the footage. So if you have multiple people living in your household, it's really cool to be able to do that. Or if you just kind of want to share someone's backyard, if you want to give it to your grandma and be able to explain it to her, I think it's a great gift for bird watchers. So as you can see, I've spent quite a bit of time, energy, and money getting my backyard set up for these birds, but I definitely consider it a really fun hobby. Great for introverts because you don't have to leave the house, and honestly the birds really don't talk to me that much, so it kind of works out that I'm able to just look on, and that's pretty much how most of my social interactions go anyways. I know that you guys see me here on YouTube and think, oh, she's making videos, but in real life I'm a pretty big introvert. So as for my opinion on the Netvue Birdfy AI camera, I would rate it 5 stars. And I am a pretty particular person, so me giving something 5 stars is not lighthearted. I have been studying this thing and I've worked 9 months kind of analyzing the features to make this review for you guys because I didn't want to make a review without enough information. This thing is perfect for a bird watcher who just kind of wants to have fun. If you want a more high-def camera, you're definitely going to have to pay more, but I think at this price price point. This is definitely affordable and something that everyone could get enjoyment from. Thank you guys so much for watching my review. I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care until then.